to make a quick video of how I mounted this. Somebody else asked me the other day. So I took a piece of angle iron right here and I just cut it out on each side. There's a big long bolt that comes through the front of the JK right there and right there, and I just cut an L out of the back of those. You can see some of the blue where I thought I was gonna have to go farther. There's a plastic, and I just cut it to length. Cut it out. This side I had to do more cutting. You can't see it because it's all the way back there, but I just cut it out and then I stuck this right in front of it, or just on the bottom. I mounted it. That way it's back behind my grill, and then I have these two pods out here. So just gotta put my grill back on. I'm done with all this, and just gotta get these snipped back in. So that's how you do it. And this grill I custom made. Everything's custom, right? I just cut out all the slots and just put in a piece of this chicken wire stuff. A couple of these things, just because I guess it looks better that way. But I didn't put any. I only put 2 on the bottom because I really don't care. Jeep. Alright, so I never knew how to do this, and I finally just took when I got my grill off again, I figured I'd look. There's a little tiny screw bolt right there. It's actually a Torx or something, but I'm just using a really small Allen wrench. And that is what helps you adjust your headlights. Turn it left to point them farther down. So I just adjust mine pretty good here. But it's right there. Little thing. Just give it a couple turns left. See if they look about even. Probably gonna be pretty far off right now, but you can measure them up on a wall or something too to make sure if they're slightly the same. I think my left side, driver's side, is still higher. Alright, so I want to make a quick video of the e-brake pads, how to replace them, because mine were pretty worn. These are actually used, they're off of 2010, but mine are from 2008, and pretty much nothing left on them. They're shot. They didn't work, so they were so bad. Even with the adjuster adjusted, could never get the e-brake to work and stay tight. So, time for new ones. Got this all cleaned up a little bit after I got it disassembled. This is the new one on there. When you're taking this off, there's a pin down here, pin up here. You just pop those off, push the pins out, and then when I took it off, because I wasn't saving it, I just destroyed this spring and I got it to come off. The hardest part of this whole thing is back here. I just put some pliers on this section of it and then pulled on it and wiggled it, and finally got it. Oh, you can see this isn't all the way back in either, that spring. But the hardest part is right there, just getting that thing back on or actually getting it off. Either way, it was hard. Make sure your e-brake's not pulled. Obviously, vehicles in the air, it shouldn't be anyways, because if your e-brake's pulled, they won't let your rotor off if it's the right tightness anyways. But mine wasn't working very well, so it's time to replace it. So just a quick tip on that. So there is a way you can like pull this up, and it's supposed to bring this out, and then maybe you can pull that out separately, different, whatever, but because I wasn't saving the old ones, I just did it that way. So here's my quick tip. New axles. The other one was twisted. This is the old one. This one's straight, but hey, just replace both sides and have a spare. So the stock ones are weaker anyhow. So bye-bye. Alright, there it is, all completed. new axle shaft, G2 axle shaft, and new e-brake pads. Wasn't too bad. I seem to go through brakes really fast. Brake pads are pretty new right now, I guess. Just I had one seize up on me, it ruined the pads and whatever, but there it is. Axle installed. It taking too long, probably about an hour and a half. Did the other one last night. Took me longer last night because I was messing with this. So just remember, the easiest way, get these clips off, just tap them off with a hammer or a screwdriver, pull the pins out, and then that spring right there, I just broke the spring out, bent it, whatever, and then once you do that, just pull these two sections apart, because this one on the other side is pushing it together. It's still pushing it down and up. So then you just pull it apart, and this twist adjuster will come out, and then you can basically just pull it right apart. And then once you do that, sometimes you get this to fall apart. Sometimes you give it a little love to make it fall apart. And then getting this piece here in and out of that hole is by far the hardest thing in this whole project. I was going to mention though, to get the race part, whatever it's called, out of this bearing, this piece here. The way I did it was, when that was in there like that, because that sits inside your axle tube, I took my ratchet like this and I put it inside the axle tube and just angled it and tapped it, because I don't have a puller or a slide hammer. That was the easiest way to do it. As well as a slide hammer idea, you can use your rotor right here on backwards, and then you put on some of the lug nuts, and you use this as your slide hammer. Just don't want to screw these up is all. On the old one, so it didn't matter anyways, but use it as a spare. But yeah, getting that race out was a challenge for me last night to figure out what to do. I was trying to do it with a little hammer and try to like screwdriver thing, but the easiest way that worked instantly was just throw your ratchet in there with a smaller one, because this one won't fit, and just get it in there and tap it, and get it to pop out. So there's my tips, what I learned a little bit doing this. So it's freaking snowy, it's all wet in here, it's cold, so trying to get some stuff done for the car show. Bye bye. Alright, so these tires are always a giant pain to put on. They're huge. 37-inch tires, they're open country Toyota MTs. The actual size, I guess, is a 385/70 R16, so I have a small rim on here. It's a lot more tire than even just the stock guys. And it's only an inch, but it makes a big difference. I usually, when I'm getting it, I'll take a big pry bar like this, a wrench, something long enough to help me lift. I just up on this, up and down, and of course use my feet. You know, you don't want to be underneath the vehicle, but I mean, I change tires all day long like this, so I don't worry about it. But use a big pry bar, something to get in there, and wrench on it a little bit. Make it a lot easier, because they're heavy.